Stoic pyramids and inner temples, building unshakable confidence like Marcus Aurelius and the pharaohs. Chapter 1. The foundation of a rising sun. In the heart of Egypt, a young pharaoh named Merneptah walked the vast banks of the Nile with a dream, to build a temple that would outlast his own reign. He began not with stone, but with intent. Every cornerstone was laid upon a principle of humility, wisdom, and service. Ancient records describe how he would meditate each dawn, envisioning how his actions would echo in eternity. In the same way, a modern entrepreneur may feel the urge to sprint toward the next startup or to chase the next promotion. But the Egyptians taught us that confidence is not built by sprinting, it is built by ground that will never shift. By first cementing your core values, you create a foundation stone that cannot be shaken by market volatility. A practical way to emulate this is to write a personal charter. List 5 guiding principles, such as integrity, curiosity, perseverance, kindness, and resilience. Revisit and read that charter every morning before you tackle your day. This small act transforms an unsteady mindset into a resilient, self-contained structure. In the ancient world, the pharaoh's trust in his foundation was the same trust every leader must place in their values. This trust forms the hidden architecture of confidence that lasts longer than an empire. Like, share, and subscribe for more stories that connect past and present. What core principle do you want your inner temple to stand on today? Chapter 2. The Silent Watchers. Every master builder had a watchful eye at the site of construction. In ancient Greece, Sophocles penned the tragedy of Oedipus, who, despite his fate, chose to look inward instead of outward. He turned his gaze from the crumbling city to his own conscience. Seneca's letters to Lucilius reveal another silent watcher, the practice of premeditatio malorum, or negative visualization. By imagining loss, he sharpened his appreciation for what he had. The lesson here is that our confidence grows not when we cling to the present, but when we prepare for the unknown. Apply this by setting aside 5 minutes each night to visualize the worst-case scenario in your life, whether it's losing a client, failing a presentation, or even losing a friendship. Then ask yourself, what would I do? You'll discover that you already possess the resources and wisdom to navigate these storms. In that silent watch, the pharaoh found the power to maintain his calm amid political unrest, while the Stoic found the ability to stay centered amid adversity. You are the watchful eye of your own success. Like, share, and subscribe for more modern wisdom rooted in timeless practice. What would you do if the worst came true? Chapter 3. The Mirror of the Soul. In ancient Chinese lore, Emperor Qin Shi Huang demanded that scholars write his face on stone tablets scattered across his empire, so that his image would never fade. Yet the most treasured mirrors in his court were reflective, not for vanity, but for introspection. Each scholar was expected to look into those mirrors and ask how they could better serve the realm. Similarly, Marcus Aurelius kept a journal in which he recorded his thoughts, doubts, and the daily triumphs of his soul. He would confront the mirror of his own mind, recognizing that the universe is change, our life is what our thoughts make it. To emulate this, keep a simple journal or even a voice memo at the end of each day. Ask yourself, what did I do well? What did I struggle with? What could I do differently tomorrow? Notice the pattern between your thoughts and your actions. When you see yourself reflected honestly, confidence is not born of self-aggrandizement, but of self-knowledge. This reflective practice turns each day into a micro-temple, where your confidence is built stone by stone. Like, share, and subscribe to keep building your inner temple together. How does your daily reflection change your outlook? Chapter 4. The Ladder of Mastery. The Maya pyramids were not merely monuments, they were ladders leading to the heavens. Each carefully cut stone was placed to align the structure with the sun's path. The pyramid's base was as solid as the soul's will to ascend. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that confidence is cultivated through small, sustained acts of mastery. He often described his morning routine: stand for 20 minutes, practice virtue, recall the cosmos, and then plunge into the day's duties. The discipline of habit turns the ordinary into the extraordinary. Today's professional environment demands constant learning. Set a goal to master one new skill each month, whether it's coding a new function, speaking a new language, or mastering a presentation technique. Break the skill into daily micro-tasks of 10 minutes. Each small daily effort adds momentum, slowly rising the walls of confidence to the apex. Like building an earthly pyramid, each stone of practice aligns with your inner temple's purpose. Like, share, and subscribe for a steady climb toward confidence. What new skill will you begin mastering today? Chapter 5. The Legacy of Tomorrow. The pharaohs left their secrets not only in stone, but in stories of wisdom that have survived millennia. The same applies to your confidence. You can shape a legacy that extends beyond your personal life into the lives of others. When the Greeks celebrated the achievements of heroes, they told their children stories to encourage virtue in the next generation. A leader who mentors a junior colleague or mentors a student not only shares knowledge, but stitches new threads into the tapestry of time. To start, locate one person who benefits from your experience, whether a colleague, student, or even a family member. Offer a skill you've mastered, share the confidence you've built, and listen to their own story. The simple act of passing knowledge transforms confidence into a communal treasure. In a world that often feels transient, the act of leaving footprints of confidence becomes a timeless structure that others can climb when the world feels shaken. Like, share, and subscribe so that our community continues to build unshakable confidence together. How will you leave a legacy of confidence? Philosophy Spotlight. Stoicism. Stoicism is a practical philosophy that teaches us to focus only on what we can control. In simple terms, it is the art of building an unshakable inner temple that does not waver when the outside world swirls. If you had to summarize it in one sentence, focus on your inner response. Let external events be the scenery, not the stage. Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome, exemplified this in his lifelong practice of Stoic discipline. Despite the turmoil, wars, famine, plague, he maintained clarity of mind by anchoring himself in his virtues: wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance. In his journal, Meditations, he wrote, "When you wake up, ask yourself what duty you have before you." This daily check-in is a modern recipe for emotional resilience. 2 to 3 timeless lessons from Stoicism that modern audiences can apply. 1. Control the control. Distinguish between what the universe can change and what lies within your own decision. If a client cancels a meeting, you cannot control their choice, but you can control how you react. Remain calm, redirect, and propose a new time. 2. Practice negative visualization. Pretend your best friend leaves. Practice how you would endure that loss. The result is less shock when it happens. This prepares the mind for real setbacks and builds emotional sturdiness. 3. View obstacles as opportunities. View every challenge as a chance to practice virtue. A delayed project becomes an exercise in patience. A failed presentation becomes the training ground for humility. These Stoic principles echo the pharaoh's timeless focus on foundations, mirrors, and ladders. The temple of the self is not built by flinging hope, but by stone preparation, reflection, and purposeful action. When you see your struggles as drills for virtue, confidence becomes anchored in purpose rather than outcome. Like a pyramid that stands for centuries, Stoicism's clarity and resilience are as relevant today as the sands that covered the pyramid centuries ago. This concludes our guide to building unshakable confidence, inspired by both the Stoic discipline of Marcus Aurelius and the monumental spirit of Egyptian pharaohs. Let today's chapter be the first stone of your inner temple. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for deeper insights that fuse ancient wisdom with everyday life. Thank you for joining this journey. Here's to your lasting confidence.